tila iba ang messaging ngayon. Kung napakaangas or maangas yung nandun sa Davao Rally, dito naman sa Cebu mas temperate. Well, let's discuss. Even Mayor Baste was a little more temperate this time around, pero hindi nagbago yung stances ni Attorney Glenn Chong at saka ni dating ES Vic Rodriguez. So sinabi niya tungkol dito is sa dinami-dami ng Pangulo ng Pilipinas, bukod tanging si Presidente Marcos Sr. ang nakapag-succeed sa pag-extend ng kanyang termino through the change in the Constitution.
Ito nga mga kababayan, bago natin ituloy ang video na ito, kung bago ka lang sa aking YouTube channel baka pwede makahingi ng like at subscribe at click mo na rin ang notification bell para updated ka sa aking nilalabas na bagong video. Salamat po.
Atin panoorin ang talumpati ng ating Pangulo doon sa prayer rally sa Cebu. At tila iba ang messaging ngayon. Kung napakaangas or maangas yung nandun sa Davao Rally, dito naman sa Cebu mas temperate. Well, let's discuss why that might be, why that is so, or the possible reason kung bakit ganon. Una-una, ang Cebu how do you call this? Well, may mga cities that are anti-administration or moving towards an anti-administration stand. On the other hand, and kumbaga, let's say si Governor Gwen is strongly aligned with the administration. So it's possible na itinitimpla din in accordance with the city and with the province, no? Kung ano yung temperatura doon. That's one. The other is that the former president might be de-escalating in accordance with a certain timetable. These are all theories kasi as you know, the former president will never explain what is going on here. Sabi ni Kim, so bakit pati boses ko ay pinupuna ninyo? You think it's not me? What's going on? Anyari, what is going on? Okay. Okay, sige. Just checking the all right. So, in the meantime, nga pala, nakalimutan kong batiin lahat ng nanonood sa Facebook at saka sa YouTube. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Dito rin sa TikTok, magandang gabi din po sa inyong lahat. So, ang saya, di ba? Medyo masaya. Pero if you will notice, tignan niyo yung takbo ng programa. Nag-start yan, medyo talagang maaangas pa. But even Mayor Baste was a little more temperate this time around. Pero hindi nagbago yung stances ni Attorney Glenn Chong at saka ni dating ES Vic Rodriguez. So sila talaga go pa rin. Hindi nagbabago ang messaging nila, nagbabago lang yung kung ano yung laman. Halimbawa, si Attorney Vic ay nag-umpisa by singing ang bayan ko and so on, di ba? Hindi ko makanta kasi yung YouTube at saka Facebook, baka mag-copyright strike eh. So viral na yung speech ni Mayor Baste. A little more temperate. Bukas natin pag-usapan yung kanya kasi very interesting din yung kanya. So for now, yung kay Attorney Vic, kay Attorney Glenn at saka kay Attorney Duterte, di ba? So let's go straight to the former president's speech. He noticeable dito ang mga parang completely turned around, di ba? Sabi niya, he is for charter change if it makes the people happy, basta walang kasamang interes ng mga nakaupo. In addition to which, sabi niya, hindi siya naniniwala na it will be that easy to initiate charter change or to continue with charter change through a people's initiative kasi hindi po ganun kadali na makakuha ng mga signatures. So, he does set the tone. Marami siyang mga asides. Kilala natin ni dating Pangulo. Minsan wander off siya into another kwento. Minsan he lapses into commentary over his children. and so on. Bakit I hope you will join the prayers rally? Probably the next one. He also goes to say, but he also is very emphatic. You don't tinker with the Constitution. Now, kailangan natin i-harmonize yung ibang mga sinasabi niya because if you're a student of the Constitution, you will understand. But, okay, he makes a note. The historical comments are very interesting. And one of the comments na sinabi niya tungkol dito is, sa dinami-dami ng Pangulo ng Pilipinas, bukod tanging si Presidente Marcos Sr. ang nakapag-succeed sa pag-extend ng kanyang termino through the change in the Constitution. So, natutuwa ako kasi yan yung discussion natin recently, di ba? Ang sabi natin, we discussed charter change at sinabi may nagtanong tungkol kay Pangulong Marcos Sr. at inexplain natin na okay, he was elected in 1965, he was there for 2 terms and before the end of his 2nd term, nagpa-constitutional convention siya in 1972, the charter was passed in 1973. So a vote of viva voce. Ano yung viva voce? I do, yes. Kumbaga, by saying lang na I approve, so it was a show of hands or sino yung sang-ayon, say aye, sino yung hindi sang-ayon, say nay. May mga ganon yung mga tanong. So they gathered the people in the barangays and then they asked, okay, sang-ayon po ba kayo sa saligang batas? At karamihan daw ay nagtaas ng kamay o nagsabing sang-ayon. So the problem with that is there is no evidence. So, yun po ang naging, that was a sticky issue the whole 20 years of the senior Marcos president's term. And binanggit po ito ng ating dating Pangulo sa kanyang speech. Bukod pa dyan, isa dun sa mga na-discuss natin noon, ay sinasabi niya na, sige, okay lang, charter change, gusto ninyo mag-extend ng mga termino ninyo. Sige, mag-extend ng termino ng Pangulo, ng Prime Minister, and so on. Sige, okay lang daw yun. However, the incumbents should not benefit from that. Tama siya doon. Actually, yun nga yung inaano ko. Kasi may Supreme Court ruling. Ang sabi niya, dun sa Supreme Court ruling, they were deciding kasi on a law where the congressmen were legislating an increase in salaries. Sabi ng Supreme Court, okay lang daw yon. Gumawa ng batas increasing your salaries provided it is prospective in nature, meaning yung current congressmen hindi pwedeng mag-benefit dun sa kanilang batas that benefit congressmen. Gets nyo? So, inuulit lang po ni Pangulong Duterte, he knows about the Supreme Court ruling na pag itong mga to ay gumawa naman ng saligang batas at magre-redound to their benefit, yun talaga, tututulan natin yun o tututulan niya. At sinabi pa niya, Pangulong Marcos, bakit ganun? Pangulong Marcos, you were elected to 1 term. Stick to that. Kumbaga, gusto nyo ng mahabang termino para sa mga pangulo, pwede yan. Pero hindi na pwede sa iyo. Kasi ikaw, hinalal ka sa saligang batas na nagsasabing 6 na taon lang ang termino mo. So, he did talk about his presidency also. Tapos, ito yung natutuwa ko. He talked about parity rights. Naligaw na naman siya. We were talking about history and you remember this. Itong parity rights na to, matagal ko na pong dinidiscuss maging dito sa ating live at saka sa Karambola. Paulit-ulit natin sinasabi. Noong 1944, nung idinidiscuss na yung pagkikilala ng gobyerno ng Estados Unidos sa atin, isa dun sa parang kondisyones ng pagbibigay ng ating kasarinlan or ng ating kalayaan o kasarinlan, kumbaga sovereignty and independence. Isang kondisyon was parity rights, to grant to the Americans the same rights, particularly in the extraction and use of natural resources, same yung sa Americans at saka sa Pilipino. But only with regard to Philippine resources. Kasi tayo, hindi tayo nag-benefit dun sa mga resources ng US, we were not able to claim their resources. Okay? So, sabi niya, isa yun sa dahilan kung bakit na setback tayo dahil dun sa mga ginawa sa atin ng mga colonizers, both the Spanish as well as the Americans. Ang tingin ko, he did not think that the Japanese occupation, which was less than 4 years, was significant enough sa atin. Kung tutuusin, very Asian, and a lot of the things that they imposed na, a lot of the rules that they had here actually resonate with us. So during the time of the Japanese occupation, we actually had divorce. And for those people who got divorced during the Japanese occupation, to this day, it is still considered legal. Okay. Ayun. Na pinag-usapan niya uli ang droga. So, without actually correlating it to the president the same way he did in Davao. Okay? So this time around, he said, ang talagang kinagagalit niya, he reiterates it, ito ang droga. Talagang galit na galit siya sa droga because kapag nakapasok ang droga, pag ginamit na yan, pagka andito yan sa bayan at hindi lalabanan.
Kung nagustuhan mo ang ganitong video, huwag kalimutan ang magkomento kung ano ang saloobin mo. Salamat po.